Why do you want happiness? Why do I want happiness? It's an addiction. It's a good try, but there's something deeper. See, an addiction grows, but happiness is something you want from the time you were born. The first thing we did when we were born, we raised a slogan. Give me happiness, give me happiness, give me happiness. You'll say, Swamiji, we raised that kind of slogan when we were born. We could not even say A, B, C, D, K, K, G, G. No. What was the first thing we did upon birth? We cried. Why did we cry? Because in the process of birth, we experienced misery. By crying, we revealed our nature. I have not come into this world for misery. I have come for happiness. Give me happiness. Oh. And from that day until today, all that we have been doing is for the sake of happiness. Is there any soul who wants misery in opposition to happiness? None. Isn't that astonishing? Otherwise, we are all different. Our facial appearances are different. Our fingerprints are different. That's the reason behind photometrics. If we all had the same fingerprints, then photometrics would have served no purpose. But the 7 billion people on the planet Earth have all got different fingerprints. That is the extent of variety that God has filled into this creation. Our voices are different. People give me a call. I have just landed in America. People ring up. Radhe Radhe, Swamiji, you have reached? Yes, I have reached. Who's speaking? Swamiji, you please guess. How will I guess? Is this a video call or FaceTime or Skype or something? No, you have to guess from my voice. Now the voice has got a few decibels, but in those few decibels there is such variety that you can remember 50,000 different kinds of voices and sounds. Our bodily aromas are also different. You may not realize the dog perceives it because the dog has a powerful nose. Go and meet your friend who has a dog at home. The dog sees you from far and starts barking. You go close and the dog comes to sniff you. And then the dog is quiet. This smell is familiar to me. It's in my file. He's a friend of mine. So our bodily aromas are different. In other words, we are all different in every way. No two trees are alike. No two leaves of a single tree are identical. Such is the nature of this world. Yet in the matter of happiness, we are all identical. We all have that one slogan, I want to be happy. Now ponder again. Did anybody teach us? Look, my child, you must seek happiness. It should not happen that you start running after misery. Like we were taught in so many ways when we were growing up, my child, speak the truth. Don't ever tell lies. Never steal anybody's property. Our parents instructed us. Our teachers taught us. In the same manner did our elders instruct us while we were growing up. My child, you must seek happiness. It should not come about that you run after misery. This instruction was never given to us. Please listen very carefully, everybody. Otherwise, we did not learn even the slightest bit of knowledge without being taught. We did not even recognize our mother until we were trained. This is your mother, beta, say mummy. So we found all these elders repeatedly pointing towards that lady and telling us to say mummy. We also said mummy. In other words, every little bit of knowledge we had to learn. Then where did this huge chunk of knowledge come that I should make happiness as the goal of my life? And we do so many things in this world, varieties, completely opposite, both of them for the sake of happiness. Sometimes we sit, sometimes we stand. They are both opposite activities, but both are done for the sake of happiness. Right now, you are sitting and listening to Swamiji's lecture. Are you experiencing happiness? You know, in acting, just to satisfy me, you can say, yes, Swamiji. But supposing I continue speaking till 11 o'clock at night, will you keep sitting? I'll test that out. At 8 o'clock, you say, oh, I've got to get up. What happened? You were sitting for the sake of happiness. Swamiji, you have become so boring. I'm bored, sick. Getting up is giving me happiness. You see, doing one activity when the happiness dried up, you don't wish to do it any longer. Now you wish to do the reverse. But that reverse also you wish to do, only because it will give you happiness. Sometimes you wake up, sometimes you go to sleep. At night you go to sleep at home? Of course, Swamiji. Does sleeping give you happiness? Oh yes, lots of it. According to the Vedas, the highest bliss in the world is the bliss of deep sleep, not dream sleep. In dream sleep, the same mardhar continues. Somebody is running after you, you are running after somebody. But when you stop dreaming, at that time you don't experience anything. And when you wake up, you realize, you say, Sukham hamasvapsam. I slept so peacefully. Na kinchidaham avedisham. I did not experience anything. That experience of not experiencing anything, according to the Vedas, is the biggest bliss of the material realm. It is not yet the bliss of God, but a glimpse of it. So you enjoy sleeping? Yes, Swamiji. All right. You take leave from office 4 days, just keep sleeping. We'll create a fund to compensate even if it's unpaid leave. You just have to sleep. 12 hours, can I get up? Hey, keep sleeping. 16 hours, I have to get up. Keep sleeping. How long will I sleep? Why? You were saying that sleeping gives you happiness. Now I'm bored of sleeping, I need to get up. Again, when the activity became boring, the person wishes to do the reverse. And why the reverse? Because that will now be the source of happiness. So all day long we do contradictory activities, but we are searching happiness in both of them. In fact, we even cry for happiness. Intuitively, you may feel that there is happiness in laughing and misery in crying. But the Vedas inform us that crying is also a pursuit of happiness. Ask somebody, why are you crying? My father in India passed away. So, I went to cremate him and I came back and my mother passed away. So, I went to cremate her and came back and my house got burnt. So, my question is, why are you crying? If there is misery in crying, you got the misery of your father passing away, the misery of your mother passing away, the misery of your house getting burnt. If some activity gives you unhappiness, why will you do it? There is no rule in America that if your father has passed away, you better cry, otherwise you'll be put in jail for 3 years. Then why does a person cry? All that misery I got from my father passing away, mother passing away, house getting burnt. By crying, I'm taking it out. This is giving me relief. If I don't cry, I'll go crazy. So what happened? When the misery became too much, the person is crying and experiencing a relief. That means even the crying is a search for happiness. So we come to this conclusion that 24 hours a day, all we do is in the pursuit of happiness. And this search has been going on since the time we were born. Let us then try and understand, why do we want happiness? This is the defining, foundational question of spirituality. And the answer to this has been given in the Vedas. If you can understand why you want happiness, you will automatically start going in the direction of God. And if you can understand the nature of God, you will automatically understand why you want happiness.